Hey guys, this is MJ and today we're gonna make boot cuffs. I promised you boot cuffs, so we're gonna make boot cuffs. Now my son's here with me, Garrett. Say hi, Garrett.
Hi.
Hi. So yeah, he's gonna just check out the video here with me. We're gonna have some fun looking at boot cuffs. Okay, so here's my boot cuffs. They are made in Peyton's pewter tweed. I've added a little 25 mil button here in brown because my boots are brown, so that's what I like. Yeah, there's a very simple pattern. They're quick and easy to make. So everything you're gonna need is in the description box below. So you wanna check that out and then let's get started. Okay guys, let's get started. We're gonna use this 8mm hook. And I have my Peyton's Shetland Chunky yarn in pewter tweed. It's a bulky 5 yarn. I'm going to make a slip knot. Okay, and now we're going to tighten it on the hook. Ooh, it's windy out there today. Holy smokes. Okay, so I'm going to thread my yarn around my finger here. And we're going to chain 19. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure you got a nice flat, straight chain. You don't want to twist it. You want all your chains to be around the same size. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, so we don't count our loop. There's our first one. There's our second 2. I'm going to go right through that, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we're just going to continue single crocheting all the way down the chain. So I'm going to finish that and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I finished going all the way down my chain. So there's my first row of single crochet. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Chain 1, and then you turn your work right over because we're going to work back down along here. Okay, so now you can see we were going to work a single crochet. That is where we would first work into. Okay, so when you go through, you want to see that you've got your 2 loops on the top. But to give my boot cuffs a nice ribbing effect, I'm going to work in the back loop only. So here's the front loop. There is the back loop. Okay, so you take your hook, you go, you want to push through, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2. There again, you can see both your loops. You want to go through the back loop only. Okay, so leaving that front loop unworked is what is going to give you that little ripped, I don't know what you want to call it, effect, okay? So this is going to be 1 rib between this row and this row. We've got 1 rib here. So for my size leg, I've made quite a few of these. I'm going to need 26 rows. Okay, so you just want to continue doing 18 single crochets working in the back loop all the way down this row. Okay, so I got to the end of my row, so now I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So now again, we just want to start working in the back loop, single crocheting. And this is all we're going to do. We're just going to work back and forth. You want to make sure you count each of your rows. It's really easy to add a stitch or drop a stitch, so make sure you count you don't want your boot cuff coming out uneven. So yeah, just make sure you count. And yeah, so I'm gonna just keep going, and I'll meet you back after I've done a good section of rows. What you're gonna wanna do is make your boot cuff long enough that it's gonna go around your leg. So I'm gonna measure here my calf, so I can just show you here how you do that. So you wanna just measure the largest part of your calf. Okay, so mine's 13.5. So this calf is actually 13.75. So this one's a 1/4 of an inch bigger than this one. So on average, most women will range from 13 to 15 inches. But of course, there could be some bigger, some smaller. So if you're making this for someone, you just want to measure, because when you make your work, you can pull it out and stretch it. And you just want to make sure that, you know, if you need 15 inches, then like this is what you're looking at. This is how wide it has to be when it stretches out, so that it can fit, you know, over a calf that's that big. Okay, I've got into it a little bit, so I just wanted to kind of show you here what it's looking like. So as you can see, this is going to stretch out really good at about 5 inches. That's without stretching it. So I just wanted to show you that, because if you find like yours is a lot longer than that, you might want to, and then it's really, really loose stitches, you might want to drop down to a 6.5 mil hook. Okay. Okay, so I have 26 rows. So a fast way to count your rows is just each rib equals 2 rows. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So this is going to stretch out nicely for a 14-inch calf, but it fits mine at about 13.5 inches well too. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch to join. So I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to match my ends up. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go through each of the stitches here. So push through, and then you're going to go through, you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to pull it through and pull it through, loop on your hook. Okay, so you just go through the next one, push through, and just make sure that it all lines up evenly. And you just want to, keep going through, right through to the other side, and slip stitch all the way down. Okay, so I've got to the end. I've slip stitched in my last. Now I'm going to fasten off. I'm going to trim my end. Okay, and then what you'll do is turn it inside out, and it's actually kind of neat because you can hardly see where we've joined it. I mean, you can tell on the inside, but on this side it's just kind of fit right in. So I love that. I love that look. So we're gonna weave in the ends. Okay, so I have my big threading needle. And I always like to show you, you always want to, when you're doing this, make sure you finish everything off really nicely. So I'm going to come over through here just to kind of pull that through, and you just want to make sure you're not getting a big like bump, or you know, you want it to look nice and finished. You want to hide your ends as much as you can so that you have a really nice finished look. All the little details are very important to finishing off your pieces. making them look professional. You know, people can tell when you put the extra effort into just finishing your work off. And so all these little things, and again, you know, you just kind of fiddle with, okay, how should I weave that down so that that kind of hides the bump and makes it look good. Okay, so you maybe have to go under and then maybe, you know, come back up, because I don't want to weave it through the other side, because that's my good side, and this is the bad. This is the side that's going to go inside out, and I'm just gonna weave it through to hide those ends. So you always weave one way and then you go back in the opposite direction to secure it, and then you can just snip that off. Okay, and now what I like to do to completely finish off these boot cuffs is to add some buttons. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7 is our center. I always make sure I find the center. And then I would sew on this button. My boots are brown, so I kind of would like to go with a brown button to coordinate well with my boots. But I also set out 2 black buttons, because you could also add 2 little black buttons and just sew them on, and that would be show you there, that would look really cute too. So it just kind of gives them a little, you don't have to sew any buttons on it, but it just gives them a little bit extra. So I'm going to slip these on and just show you, and I will show you these with my boots as well. So there, that's a nice fit on my leg, and I do have a little extra room. So I will sew those buttons on, finish my other boot cuff, and then I can get some pics for you and show you how they look. Okay guys, so here's the boot cuffs. Check them out. Yeah, they were so fast. They were so easy to make. They only took me about an hour. So you can rock your awesome boots this fall with your nice toasty warm boot cuffs. Stay warm, have fun. Thanks for watching guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel to stay updated on new videos and tutorials. Everything you're gonna need is in the description box below, so check that out and have an awesome day.